The graph you can see on the screen, the bar chart, shows the proportion of women engineers in Australia since 2012. You may not be able to see the figures very well, but I'll tell you that the highest in 2013 was 14.3%, and the most recent in 2018 is 12.4%. So 12.4% of the engineering workforce in Australia are female engineers. The other report there is a more recent report, and that was conducted by Professional Engineers Australia, another national body of engineers. And what they found was from that survey was that over 50% of female respondents said that they had experienced discrimination at work. And 32% had reported sexual harassment at work, compared to 1.9% of the male respondents. This is not an encouraging situation for female engineers. They also talked about most of their companies did have policies around discrimination and creating an inclusive environment, but a lot of them said that it's all very well to have the policies, but it's another thing to actually have strategies to implement those policies. And that's an area that a lot of a lot of engineering Australian companies were found wanting. There's still a bit of a gender pay gap in that report from this year. It's closing, but it hasn't closed yet. So that's sort of part of the bad news. As an academic, earlier this year I had a first-year engineering student ask if she could come and talk to me for a little while. So she came into my office, and she was saying that she's working at a local government engineering office. She's as an engineering officer, and she said when the developers ring up, she'll answer the phone and they'll immediately say, "Hello, can I talk to an engineer, please?" So her female voice is immediately thought to be a non-engineering voice. And she asked me, "Is that normal? How long is this going to go on for?" And I had to give her the bad news that I've been in engineering for over 30 years now. It still happens to me. I was in a workshop at the university only a fortnight ago, and an associate dean attributed one of the post-it note ideas to the male head of school. So the old adage that a woman's good idea is only a good idea if it's repeated by a male, in some circles still holds true, unfortunately. So what we're doing, we might go to the next slide if we can. And at UTS, where I'm working, we have the longest running Women in Engineering program in the country. Part of the activities of that Women in Engineering unit are to run outreach activities for girls in schools. So either some of our engineering students will go and visit the schools and run activities for girls there, or alternatively sometimes the schoolgirls will come into the university, and when that happens we can show them some of the facilities that we have and generally get more of our students involved and talking to them, which is a plus.